Trae Young a lot. Collins inside. Trae Young for three. And an offensive rebound by Collins.
I can't say enough good things about Jordan Poole and the player that he has become. Extremely confident, went down, handled his business, and now finds himself a key part of the future of the Warriors. Wing player alongside of Trae Young. His energy, his effort, take the challenge on the defensive end, and his ability to knock down shots is high level. It's three, and I raise you three.
Missed 25 games, but a nice cut to the basket there. And Steve Kerr has seen enough. And in a nuanced fact, they are the last team to play at the 2-year-old Chase Center. And you know what? Trae Young is getting to know these rims pretty well, Mark. Work his way through his mistakes.
And that's key, not just for Wiseman, for any rookie, for any young player coming into the league. The experience that you gain from playing time and going head-to-head against the best in the world is only going to put them in position to be locked, loaded, and ready when this team is whole and ready to get back into the playoff and championship picture.
That time, Collins with a short jumper. This is the guy that has to get going for Golden State, you would think. He had a big first quarter last night, 15 in the first 12 minutes.
From Western Conference playoffs moving forward.
And meanwhile, the Boston Celtics, as Trae Young knocks down the first free throw.
Although he wasn't the same player that we've become accustomed to seeing him on the offensive end, coming off the bench, the firepower. He struggled early on in this season, but he's a guy that can flat out score.
Here's Collins.
With Mannion, he's got to make sure he continues to run the show and get guys involved, because they didn't put him in the lineup to get 19 points, even though that's a great night.
Trae Young at the free throw line. I'm going to go to Texas Tech, hoop, and break all of your records. He brings the Warriors back to within 3. Here's Young, guarded by Bazemore this time. Young slams on the brakes, and now Looney switches on to him. He got by Looney, took his time, and lacerated that defense.
And that's the type of plays they want him to make on the floor.
Here's Young, gets into the paint again, hangs in the air and finishes with a little bit of jelly. Now they get a switch. Young on Looney. Now they run a double team at Trae Young. Take it out of his hands, finds his teammate underneath for a nice looking bucket. Many basketball fans around the world.
One of the absolute greats in the history of the game. And I had the privilege of playing for the Los Angeles Clippers when he was the general manager. A guy that scored 61 points in the NBA Finals. Truly lost and truly lived a life that really we could respect, appreciate, and thank God for his legacy.
Here's Young. Got by Mulder. Wiseman came over to help, and Capello sneaks in for the slam. Michigan Wolverine, former assistant coach with the Miami Heat, doing a great job in the NCAA men's tournament.
Done an outstanding job all year long.
Third game in 4 days for the Golden State Warriors. They lost the first 2 to the 76ers and the Kings, as Trae Young gets that little floater to go in the paint. Jackson, when the offensive player gets to jump into the defender, but
jabbing left. Usually your midsection is the last thing to move, so I just watched that.
James Harden with the declaration, "I am the MVP." And yeah, his play is MVP worthy right now. You got to figure he's in the top 3, right?
He's absolutely in the discussion.
Here's Young in his bag against Toscano Anderson. Young off the mark, rebounded by Wiggins. Trae Young with 16 points. John Collins with 16. Gallinari with a nice pump fake and the soft finish. One and done at the offensive end for the Warriors. Here's Young.
Think about Tony Snell. He's a guy that you could nitpick what he can and could not do on the floor.
And has a chance for a 3-point play here. Collins wearing the wire for us tonight. His dad, John, was in the Navy. Mom, a U.S. Air Force officer, and moved around a lot as a kid and went to high school in West Palm Beach, Florida. Third one, really a key that had hurt Atlanta earlier this season, being better in the fourth quarter. That one remains to be seen. And Capella with a nice post-up bucket.
Handling tough situations and then responding.
Young over to Collins, steps into a 3 ball, butter with double-figure scoring. Young with that little floater. It's been mostly on tonight. That time,
it's going to be interesting to see, will the Hawks be willing to go all the way in signing him, because he is an absolute home run player at that power forward stretch 5 position.
Young out front. A deep three. Looney shows and helps. Didn't matter. Young with a great floater in the paint. Bazemore on him. They corral him over the screens. Herter with a little show and go. Back out to Young for 3. And Bazemore clears. Oubre behind the 3-point line, off the mark. Steal by Mannion. It'll count. Got it! Nico in the nick of time. Here's Trae Young. Into the lane. Nice feed to Capella. And a timeout called by Steve Kerr. He's seen enough. And the results are showing for the Hawks. They've won 8 of 10 since he took over. A deep 3 by Young. Capella wrestling inside with a putback. Capella sets the screen for Young. Looney switches onto him. Now Pascal does, and Young throws it away. They get a rare turnover out of him tonight. For the most part, he's taking good care of the basketball. And over the midcourt line, Young again. Little floater in the paint.
We're talking about being fair. Be fair across the board.
I'd love to see both of them right now in the WNBA. Collins. And his future looking real bright. 13 of 18 from the field. 36 points on the evening.
But he's done a great job of picking and choosing his spots, when to be aggressive as a scorer and when to make plays for his teammates.
Boy, Capella doing some work underneath, bounding a couple of times.